Good evening and welcome to Spectrum. How's everybody doing today? Well, this evening. Hope y'all are ready to have a great time. I'm trying to get some energy going. It's been a long day for me. So we're streaming to you like tonight live from Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So if you're on any of those platforms, please be certain and be to share, to like, share, subscribe, all of those wonderful things and help us get some viewerships and some subscriptions and all of that good stuff. It's been a fascinating, I know it's Super Bowl weekend. Let's start with that. We're going to address the elephant in the room, as it were, because I know that the Super Bowl is going on right now. So pretty sure a lot of y'all are going to be over there watching that and doing your thing. But hopefully you'll be able to dip into this and watch it later on YouTube or Twitch or on the Dana Roxanne Spectrum with Dana Roxanne page. It will be up there for a while. Well, it'll be up there. So make sure you guys check it out. So we have a wonderful show today. It's a jam-packed show, not because it's the Super Bowl. It's just because it's going to be what we do, because we're changing the format a little bit. The instead of Our View, you may have noticed it's called Spectrum. And Our View was a segment in the beginning of season one that we did, and we decided not to do that anymore. We're just going to make that the entire show, because that was one of the most, well, not one of, that was the most popular segment, was Our View. And people love to sound off and say it like they meant it, like Wendy Williams likes to say. And people really enjoyed that. So we decided to make that the meat of the show. And we're going to continue along with the interview portion. And that's going to be the dessert, the cherry on top will be the interview every week. So that's the new format. It is called Spectrum with Dana Roxanne, and the meat and the body of the show is the panel discussion group from the LGBTQ representation. So I'm very proud of that. And that was our new opening theme song. You may recognize that voice. That's the fabulous Christina Edwards Wells. She sings our official theme song. Yay, we have an official theme song. Suck it, get on it, yeah. All those things. So I'm very excited about that, because we don't have to worry about any more notes from copyright infringements and your opening was muted or any of that kind of stuff. So we have our own official theme song, and I'm very honored and I'm very proud of that. And so go and check it out. It's on Spotify. It's called Ready or Not, because that's an anthem. I feel like anybody can get behind that song, because it's the perfect song. It's like ready or not. I don't care what you say about me. I am ready or not. Here I come, and that's how we are here at Spectrum. So make sure you guys go to Spotify and support her. I think you can also purchase it on iTunes. So whenever you hear "Ready or Not" the remix, you know you're going to be thinking about Spectrum. At least that's the plan. Let me take care of some more business here. I think that's everything as far as the changes that we've done around here so far in season two. Season two has been full of changes. Let's just put it out there. It's a lot of stuff going on. I'm running like I told you last week, I'm running this all by myself this season. So you just have to bear with me. So as things are coming and happening, I'm making those changes. So the Super Bowl is going on. I don't know who's playing who. I don't know who's winning. It's not even on my television over there. I don't know. I'm not a football person. So I think that's all of our announcements, our housekeeping right there. Today on the show, we're going to be discussing Dolly Parton and her Medal of Freedom nomination and the fact that she turned it down. That should be a very interesting conversation. And we're also going to be talking about the $15 an hour being a part of the stimulus package. We don't know if that's even going to make it through the Senate, but Joe Biden has attached that to the bill. And so we shall see how the panel feels about that. And then, of course, we're going to be talking about something I noticed. I noticed that Marjorie Taylor Greene has become in my opinion, the AOC of the GOP. And I don't know if they're going to be making her the boogeyman like they were trying to do AOC. And I don't want us to fall into that trap and make her a media darling and have her be this big thing. So we're going to be discussing that. And also we're going to be talking about Morgan Wallen and his losing his record deal behind being seen using the racial slur. So, and of course, we have y'all interacting with your comments. Let's see. Zach Butler has said, share the channel link to my friends and who aren't on Facebook. Yes, thank you. That's a good idea. Thank you, Shay. Shay was our producer, segment producer last season, and now I feel like I owe her $1 million because I see all the work that went into producing these segments. Because I'm having to do it myself. I'm used to just telling her I need this, 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 and this, and this, and she would make it happen. And that was doing it 5 days a week. Girl, I owe you like dinners for the rest of your life or $1 million if I hit the lottery. I don't know, but how you did this and turned it out 5 days a week the first season for 50 episodes. I don't know how she did it, but I'm girl. My hats off to you, wigs off to you, whatever. So that's Shay. Thank you, Shay. I'm doing my best. Dolly Parton. Well, when we get to that, Shane, I want you to say it like you mean it and join in the conversation. And we're going to have you be a part of the conversation. Is the full song on YouTube? Yes, it is. I believe it is. I think she actually did a music video with it, featuring some beautiful queens from the city of Houston, I think. Hi, Omar. Welcome to the party. I like to call it a party. I'm officially seeing the show live. Yay! Yes, you're seeing the show live. Reference what, Shay? I don't know what that means. Reference. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'm waiting for some of the panelists. I see we have a couple of them have arrived. Wendy will not be with us tonight. She is having a family emergency, and we're sending our love, thoughts, and prayers to Wendy. And hopefully she will be able to be back with us next week. So we're waiting for Julie and Charles to arrive. I'm trying not to start without them, but the show must go on, and we'll have a nice conversation, and they can just join in. Not necessarily. Oh, well, we'll talk about that, Zach. We'll get to that. Let's go ahead and bring the cast in, okay? But I think what I want to do first to give Julie and Charles a chance to get here, I'm going to go ahead and run a couple of commercials. If you want to be a sponsor or if you want to advertise with us here at Spectrum, just inbox me. We would love to have you be a part of the Spectrum family. So right now, we're going to kick things off with one of our commercials. And hopefully by the time we run this commercial from our sponsor, our StreamYard is being sponsored by Love the One You're With. It's a wedding officiant company. And if you're looking for a wedding officiant, I suggest highly that you use Love the One You're With. I got these little double click fingers. So that's our sponsor. They're sponsoring our streaming service, and I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of that achievement. I'm so very extremely happy because this stuff ain't cheap. And so we have our first official sponsor. Yay! So we're going to jump right into the panel now, and we have some advertisers coming up. So stick around. You're going to see who those are as well. Well, I see that they have not arrived. So like I said, the show must go on. So let's get started. Hi, Crystal.
Oh, hello.
You're looking lovely. Got the braids all pulled up today.
Oh, I'm moving, so I'm a mess.
Well, thank you for making sure you took time out to come be with us in the middle of moving. That was sweet.
Really wouldn't miss this one for the world. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
Let's see what Chris is up to. Hello there, Mr. Chris.
Hi, how you guys doing?
We're great. What's going on with you?
Nothing. I'm just missing my Super Bowl party. Well, I'm not missing the party. I'm actually missing the drinks.
So you could be drinking and enjoying the party. How long's the Super Bowl? It lasts all night, doesn't it?
Yes, as long as there's hot dogs. Okay, I'm lying. As long as the vodka's still there and the tequila, we're good.
All right, so well, we don't have Julie and Charles have not joined us yet. Hopefully,
Okay.
Charles is not lost in a bottle of vodka himself.
I think he is, but I love him to death. That boy's crazy. So
And
I
I
hope
don't
he's
know where
drinking his
Julie
life
is.
away.
Have either of them reached out to you? Y'all can hear Callie walking across the room.
I haven't heard from Julie, but I know I was in touch with Charles. He was holding a fundraiser, which was something that was close to home. So
Oh, okay. I didn't know that he wasn't gonna. Is he not joining us today?
no, he is. I think he is. No, the fundraiser was just taking how you say, I don't know, these football bet things where you take a
Oh,
box and all these other things.
oh yeah. I
He
don't know what it is
wins.
either.
I
I
don't.
think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what that
I
is.
was like, just throw me in for a box. That's all I know. I
How
like
much is a box? Are you gonna win a lot of money?
well, yeah, there was like a $750 prize, but it was like $25 a box.
What? Nobody told
But
me nothing.
but in reality, it goes to a good charity. It's for a family. It's for a family. A son has a heart condition and they're waiting for a heart transplant.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, you know what? That hit too close to home. So I was like, just throw me in a box somewhere. I'm like,
Well,
here,
that's sweet.
yeah. So that was
Well,
very nice.
well, are y'all ready to jump into these topics today?
I am.
Yes.
Okay, so first up, let me see what our comments are doing over here because I want to make sure that I put the comments on there so they can interact with us as well. So let's jump right into this. Let me see. What does Zach say about love the one you're with? Only in the state of Houston. Houston's not a state, but okay. No, they are ordained and they can travel to you. You can have destination weddings. And I know this for a fact because I'm ordained as well. If you want me to marry you, I can. But yes, I am ordained, and he's a friend of mine, so we're ordained by the same company, and so therefore I know it's in any of the states across the United States. It is in all of the states. So if you're looking for a husband, well, if you got a husband and you want to get married, there it is. All right, you guys. So what do y'all think about Dolly Parton?
Miss Dolly Rebecca Parton.
Yes, Dolly Parton was. Let me tell y'all the background. Dolly
Okay.
Parton was nominated for a Congressional Medal of Freedom. I believe that's what it's called. I should have written that down. Congressional Medal of Freedom. That's what we're going. Presidential Medal of Freedom. I'm sorry. Presidential Medal of Freedom with Donald J. Trump. She turned it down, and then there were talks that she's already talks of her going to be nominated by Joe Biden. And she spoke out and said that she would not be doing it because she didn't do the one with Donald Trump. And she didn't do it not because it was him, but because it was COVID and she wasn't traveling. And so now if she does the one with Joe Biden, it'll look like she's
It's
being
political.
political. And
Political.
she doesn't want to be political. And my stance is that in and of itself should disqualify her from a Medal of Freedom for the simple fact that I think the Medal of Freedom should stand for something. You have used your art and your music to better the humanity and to put some skin in the game and put it all out there, and you get a Medal of Freedom. And like I was telling some people on my live video last night, Nina Simone and people like that, Mahalia Jackson, people like that come to mind. And it's like if Dolly doesn't want to put her name out there, she doesn't want to alienate her MAGA friends, or not friends, her MAGA fans, and she doesn't want to alienate her friends from the liberal side. You're just not going to take a side while the world is literally a dumpster fire. You want to stand on the sidelines and count your money. I don't think that's right. I think that should disqualify her. I don't think she deserves it. What do you think, Crystal?
I'm not against what you're saying at all. Um, if you turn it down the first time, that should automatically disqualify you. There shouldn't be another turnaround because, unfortunately, because of the the political game of everything right now, it does look like you're choosing a side. And I think it's a difficult position for her to be in anyways, because she doesn't want to upset either side. Because for one, it is going to mess up with her finances. You know, that's a huge following, those MAGA supporters.
Of
And
course.
I wouldn't want to mess with my coin. So I think her, with the straddling of the fence, she's just trying to keep it safe because she's just as sweet as strawberry pie, and she doesn't want to upset anybody. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. That sounds like a very difficult position, but I do agree with you. They are just cancel it out then. Just let it go.
What do you think, Chris?
Well, I'm gonna have to disagree with the both of you at this point.
Uh-oh.
Miss Dolly Rebecca Parton, born January 19, 1946,
Yes.
in Little Pigeon River, Tennessee, is a wonderful, sweet as pie, angelic person. I think that, she has the entertainment industry, right? But she has her business side as well. And should it disqualify her? No. Let me say why. Because disqualifying her for just because of the entertainment side, where everybody's like, well, is she being political? She has never been political with anyone. She has never stood to any presidential elections, anything political, she never stood in. She's always said it, and she stood her ground. She's always said, I'm not about politics, I'm about entertainment. So she should be recognized for entertainment. And not only that, she should be recognized for the charity work that she does. She does her program is what, Books for Dolly or something like that, where they send out books to kids up until the age of 5. She has donated almost over 200 million books to children to battle illiteracy, because remember, she came from a poor family. She was born in a cabin off of some riverbank. So, she's doing it to improve everyone. She's actually stimulated the economy in Tennessee in her area, and that's why she created Dollyland, I believe. So
Dollywood,
so it's not just about the entertainment, it's what she's done for people. I mean, and what is it? She also was, she donated, I don't know how many millions of dollars to the Moderna vaccine research when the COVID happened.
Yes, she did.
So that shouldn't, that alone, the whole political thing, just like that. And yeah, I'm going to say it, she's a smart woman for standing back and saying, I'm not going to get in the middle. But then again, she never got in the middle before. But she's done all this philanthropic work. I think I said that word right. I hope I did.
Philanthropic, yes. Philanthropic.
Child, let me tell you, with these vodkas, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Fuck. But
what do you say to the point of, I don't mean to interrupt you, but that's a humanitarian award. The Medal of Freedom is something else, don't you think? So give her a humanitarian award. I think the Presidential Medal of Freedom, I don't know that that's for that.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but at the same time, let's think about it. She has given valid reasons for why she wouldn't do it. Now, the first time she said, my husband was ill. And then she said, I'm not going to travel with the COVID restrictions. But then at the end, she's like, you know what? At this point, it's going to make it political. I will feel the same way. I'm like, at this point, it's going to make it seem like they're making me choose.
Yeah. When in reality, either way, it's going to look political.
I'm sorry.
Well, I just don't agree with her not choosing. I don't agree with her not choosing. I'm sorry, I don't. There's just too much hate and ugliness and division going on in this world. And for you just going to stand on the side, you don't want to alienate anybody because you don't want your money to be messed up. I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. I love Dolly Parton. Let me be very clear about that. I love her to death. I perform her songs all the time. I love her. However, I'm sorry. You have people like Madonna, Lady Gaga, Nina Simone when she was alive. People throughout history have used their Jimi Hendrix, Bob Marley, people that have used their music to influence change. And they put themselves on the line politically as well. And for her to like, well, I'm not going to do that. Okay, then that's your prerogative not to do that. But I don't think you get a Medal of Freedom for that. I don't.
Okay. And
I mean, I think that she deserves all of her flowers. She's done great work.
She does. Of course, she deserves. She should be nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. She should.
Yeah, she should. Yeah, I agree with that. It's just like for this specific Medal of Honor, no.
Shane says,
let's be honest here. What makes you think she wants to accept the Medal of Freedom? And another thing, she never spewed an ounce of hate. She's never like, who's that country singer that used the N-word? And
we're gonna get to that later. That's coming up.
Yeah. So that dude over there who gets on my nerves, because now he should just get shot. And I said he needs to get shot. He needs a lesson learned. We
don't want to kill him. We're not advocating killing anybody.
Okay, me neither. That's a disclaimer. That's just a vodka.
Yes.
Blame it on Smirnoff. But again, Phoenix, go ahead, take it out on him, because no. But she never spewed hate. She's never spewed hate, and she's always loved everyone. And we know she loves everyone. And I can't say personally, I know her personally, but I mean, she's always been wholesome.
Yeah,
she has. Shane Hazel says it's not about the money; it's her fans. She doesn't want to hurt.
Yeah.
Even when your fans are destroying, there's part of an insurrection. You don't want to upset them.
Ooh.
That's the equivalent to Donald Trump saying there's very good people on both sides. That's
Yeah,
the
but
same
at
thing.
the same
That is
time,
the same argument.
at the same time,
That is
she's
the
not
same
feeding her
argument.
fans. She's not feeding her fans to go out there and fight, to riot, to act stupid, to be ignorant. She's not doing any of that. She just does her music, sings a song, and then says good night, and gets on her tour bus. And God help it's not a tour bus. I hope it's a private plane. But she flies home and does whatever she got to do. So I mean, we can't be holding her.
I'm not knocking her for doing it. I'm saying she doesn't get a Medal of Freedom if that's her choice.
That
I'm
is her
saying.
choice, yes. And you're saying that she shouldn't be allowed to get another Medal of Freedom. And
I don't think she's no. I don't think
and I will say this: that it not that she should be disqualified, but it just shouldn't be offered to her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She shouldn't get one. Zach Butler wants to know: did Cicely Tyson, Diane Carroll, Eartha Kitt ever receive a Medal of Freedom? Eartha Kitt is grossly under. I don't know. You'd have to Google that yourself real fast.
I don't think they did, but Eartha Kitt should get one.
I think Eartha Kitt is underrated.
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm be honest. Eartha Kitt should get one because they really
yes.
shit here in the States.
Yes,
to go to France, and I
you'd have to Google that. I don't know
that. Whatever. Say that again.
No, I was telling Zach to Google it because I couldn't tell him.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of them got them. No way.
Yeah.
No, I think which one's the president? I don't know. The Medal of Freedom. Which one's that one? The one with the rainbow.
The presidential. I don't. Cicely Tyson might have by President Obama.
I think she did get one from Obama. And if I'm not mistaken, Obama said that was a mistake for her for Dolly Parton not to have been offered one back.
But as we just heard, she wouldn't have accepted it.
Well, I mean, and that's on Dolly.
Because she doesn't want to mess up her fan.
That's on Dolly.
Okay.
I come on, that's on Dolly. I love that.
That's on Dolly, girl.
That's on Dolly. You can
I guess we're going to solve that today. Let's move on to the next topic. So Joe Biden has been very adamant about making the $15 raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. And he's been very adamant about that. He's even included it in his stimulus package, $1.9 trillion stimulus package. Do y'all think that the $15 an hour should be a part of the stimulus package?
I don't think it should be a part of the stimulus package. I just think that should have been something that had already been pushed. With the cost of living going up, we should have already done this. No one should still be making $7.25, $8 an hour.
At all. That's my whole point.
That's crazy.
Well, the thing is, no one should be making that seriously. And whoever is crying about, well, why is a burger flipper going to make $15 an hour? Well, honey, why are you making?
That's the most insulting thing I've ever heard.
And
thank you. Let me tell you why it's insulting. Because I'm gonna say this: in 2005, I had to work I worked at a chicken place. I'm not gonna say where, but it's the Colonel's, and I had fried chicken, and I had to work as a waiter at a restaurant that's no longer in business. Probably I took it down in business. I don't know. It's called Bennigan's. But I had to do all this, and I had to work 3 jobs just to pay the rent. Yeah. And it wasn't because I wanted to, and it wasn't because of the drugs or any of that. It's what life gave me, and I fell into, and this is where I had to be. And I couldn't sustain myself at back then. Yeah, I think it was like $6 something an hour. So I think that they should have given the $15 an hour. And I'm gonna be honest here, since 2014. And to be honest, and everyone that's gonna cry about things are gonna go up, expenses are gonna go up. Other countries where they have $20 an hour minimum wage, their price only went up 10, 20 cents. So it really doesn't make a difference. But it should have never been in the package. It should never been the stimulus package. It should have been something in 2014, 2013, when poverty.
Why do you think he put it in there? Why do you think he put that in there instead of trying to get that through Congress and get it through regular legislation? Why do you think he put that in the stimulus package and inflated the price tag to $1.9 trillion?
I feel like he's just trying to get it pushed through because this is something that when he went on his campaign trail that a lot of people, especially minorities, was on him about. And I feel like he's just, since we have these stimulus packages, because of times such as these, I feel like he's just trying to get it pushed through as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and I feel like he would get a lot of rebuttal, a lot of pushback from the Republicans. And I think that this is the only way he could have done it, was to add the 1.9 trillion stimulus package and see how he can just push it through. However, I don't know why everybody's being, to be honest here, let's go back at this. And I say this right now, I'm just going to throw it in real quick. I don't know why everyone's being like, okay, we're going to do due process. That's great. And I understand there's due process. But Trump did a lot of shit that he just pushed through. Why can't Biden do it?
That's annoying. Like the fact that everybody are just up in arms because he's making necessary changes. Everybody's abusing his power. Did we forget the last 4 years?
Yeah, the last 4 years.
What are we doing here?
Trump just farted and got
Hold,
mad and he wanted to
hold that thought, Chris. Hold that thought. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
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 Welcome to the party.
Thank you.
Right now, we're discussing the $15 minimum wage increase being added. Joe Biden has put that as part of his stimulus package. And the question on the table is, do we think it should be a part of the stimulus package? Because I personally don't think it should be. Crystal thinks, I don't think anybody does. I think we all think that as well-intentioned as it is, it drove up the price tag needlessly, unnecessarily, in my opinion. What do you think, Julie?
I absolutely agree. I mirror that completely. I think that the minimum wage, do I think that it needs to have some type of reform in some capacity? Do I think it needs to be raised? Do I think we need to? Yes. But I also think that it puts a lot of businesses at a detriment. And so it's very hard to, I do not think it should be included in the stimulus package.
Right. And I think because the miscalculation, I think, of Republicans, I wish Charles was here to speak to this, is that they think that no matter what Joe Biden does, we're going to be like, oh, yeah, go, Joe, go, Joe. And only they were like that. Only the Trump Republicans were like that. Like Donald Trump could have shot a puppy in the middle of the street. Yeah, that puppy deserved it. No. It's like, no, that's not right. And so I think it's surprising that most people think that everybody's like, oh yeah, 15, yeah. No, it should not be part of the stimulus package. It should definitely be taken up and increased. But that's separate. That's not a part of the stimulus. And I would like for me, I wish somebody was here or one of you maybe know, why do you think it was included? Other than Crystal saying it was to appease his, I guess call it the base. What do y'all think the reason it was in there for?
To move it more smoothly, to move it much faster without no one actually paying attention to the bill.
Okay, Omar says, if the minimum wage increase, everything has to increase as well. So he's saying that it'll be just like it didn't increase because everything's going to go up in price. Do y'all think that?
Not significantly, not where it's going to create an
impact. Everything has increased without minimum wage moving for how long now? Like Chris was saying, when I was working at Church's Chicken in 2008, I was making $6.75. We've only moved a dollar and some change since then. That wasn't very long ago. So everything has already increased. My first apartment was $300 a month. That was in 2011. So
wow.
Come on, everything's already
increased. Exactly. That's what I was gonna
Oh, you're saying it's going to increase anyway. So what's the big deal?
Exactly. I was gonna follow Chris on that one. I mean, look at the price of dairy. Look at the price of beef and meat and poultry. Everything's going up anyways. Yes. This is the time where we need to catch up with that, because right now the inflation and the cost of living, there's a huge margin there.
Why do you think Republicans don't like the idea of $15 an hour?
Keep the poor poor.
Mm-hmm. Keep the poor poor.
I mean, a lot of our Republicans don't have money.
That's very true.
Yes, but it's keeping the poor poor and keeping the uneducated uneducated.
And you think they're just happy with that?
They're just happy with that. I'm not saying everyone in total. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, the poorer you are, the more you lack education, the more you just want to follow. And you become a follower, not a leader. Whereas someone that will go out and get an education is going to just opening up their eyes and be what people call nowadays stay woke. And in all honesty, that's what it is. And let's think about it too. Republicans have, and not all of them, I'm not speaking for all of them, but like, what was it in the 80s? What's that? I was just reading the article.
Trickle down.
Trickle down. No, but also if it doesn't happen to them, they don't realize.
Callie, what are you doing?
Exactly, because wasn't it Nancy Reagan? The Reagans, didn't they have a daughter? Something about it was the pandemic, and then they turned a blind eye, they turned the cheek or whatever, and then all of a sudden the daughter got involved with the AIDS pandemic. I believe she got involved or she was affected by it, and then they wanted to jump in and start making a change. So if they don't see it, they don't care, and that's what they really do with the majority of people.
Out of sight, out of mind.
They don't want no one to get the $15 minimum wage. They just don't care because they're making, these Congress people are probably making $174,000 a year. This is the reason why. They don't worry about that. And all this lobbyist money that they get, who they say they don't, but they do, and they all get all these charity, these campaign contributions. That's why they're doing this. They don't really know what it is to really live out there. And I say, and I've said it before, and I've seen it on Facebook and all of the social media platforms and articles, take away all their salaries. Let them
oh my God, I agree
but let
with
them
that.
live on our rent. But let them live on our rent and our debt and our bills and all that. Then they're gonna know what
They'll
exactly
be outraged.
we're talking about.
I completely agree with that.
Don't get me pissed off, because this is a conversation. Don't get me pissed off, because I'm telling you, I know, like, I don't make $15 an hour, and I'm thankful for that. But at the same time, even up to this day, I'm struggling, and I'm struggling with student loans and everything. That's why I have another business on the side as I work full time. And, I'm trying to get a master's degree because I want to be somebody better, not just be somebody better, but someone more educated that might make a change or help a business. Because and what I'm saying, and I know I'm just rambling on, but to make a business, pay people a more livable wage than what the hell people are making now. And small businesses, I think that they need to be included with the $15 minimum wage, because they're going to need that social assistance, that financial assistance,
they will
up into the economy to assist those people that they have to pay $15 an hour. They need to redo the whole, and to be honest, and we said it before in season 1, I am a firm believer that everyone should be entitled to healthcare and a pay-as-you-go system, pay as what you can earn and afford system. All that should have been included in the bill. That would have been an amazing bill, because that would really help us move on. And I bet you more than enough, if we were to get insurances and get all that healthcare issue involved in the bill, baby, this COVID would have been done over with 4 months ago.
Well, I don't think that the $15 an hour is going to make it through the Senate. I don't think it's going to stay in the bill. I think they're going to kick that out, and hopefully they'll be able to address it again as a standalone bill itself. Hopefully. But right now, what you are going to do is we're going to pay a bill of our own, because we got bills to pay. So everybody just sit tight. We're going to play a couple of commercials here. First up, I think is going to be... That's from the Discovery Green. They're having a Valentine's Day. Let me put... And then, of course, we have another... That's Sweets by Elise. If you want to get your honey some sweets for Valentine's, make sure you contact Sweets by Elise. I have had the and during Thanksgiving she makes these little sweet potato pie things. Oh my God, they're so delicious. Her sweets are so absolutely delicious. And so we want to thank her for coming on as an advertiser. She's going to be advertising with us every week. Very happy to have her here as one of our advertisers. And the first ad was from Discovery Green. They're having a Valentine's Day event. So if you're looking for something to do with your honey, I don't know. Crystal, didn't you say last week you was dating somebody? Go on down to the...
we got down next, Crystal.
Gone down to Discovery Green, or Julie, you and your wife gone down there. I don't know if you're dating Chris, and find you somebody, take them on down there to Discovery Green. They're having a fabulous Valentine's Day event. So make sure you guys check out. Those are two of our advertisers. So we're very excited to have advertisers helping to pay for all this stuff around here. But more importantly, Charles is joining the party.
Yay!
Hello, Mr. Charles.
Hey everybody, how are you doing?
We're great. How are you?
Oh,
well, Minnie just told me in the credits it was a peach cobbler. It wasn't sweet potato pie. She made me a peach cobbler, which is my favorite. I love peach cobbler, and it is absolutely delicious. So again, Sweets by Elise. The information is on the page, and we also have these commercials running on the YouTube page if you want to go back and look at them again.
Nice.
Welcome, Charles. You've missed quite a few conversations where we definitely needed your Republican point of view, but
I thought we were doing this at 7:30. I did not know it was 7 o'clock.
Oh, actually, you know what? I was early. It was supposed to be 7:30. I don't know why I started at 7. It was my fault. Nobody told me.
I
Y'all
know you
like
caught me off guard.
I thought so too. I just ran to the table. I don't even have a bra on. I don't even have a bra on.
I'm not wearing pants.
See?
I was like making chicken, frying it, getting everybody situated.
I
It was
get
shit at
that.
7:28.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't know what clicked in my head because I've been getting ready for this all day, and I've been telling. I even told our guests, I said, "Don't sign on till like after 8 because by then we'll be finishing up the topics." But I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. See, it was a pop quiz, and y'all were ready. So there we go. But maybe we should do it at 7. Why don't we? I think we should do it at 7 instead of 7:30 anyway. Now, right? What do y'all think? No.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that. I'm especially since I'm in the process of moving, so I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
We'll do it an even hour.
Yeah.
7 o'clock. Yeah.
I love that.
So that's our new show
with
time.
our drop top.
Do what?
7 o'clock on the dot in my drop top.
Yeah.
Are we gonna cruise the streets?
Is that a song, Charles?
It is. Chris caught on to it.
Okay. All righty.
It was Usher,
Dana, let
right?
us get. Okay, well, Kelly's over there, and I'm not bringing her back over here because she's nuts.
Somebody wants to see the puppy.
Yes, and Omar wanted to see Callie. She was driving me crazy. So we're not going to be showing Callie anymore. She's over there, out of the way. But so now we're going to get to our next topic. And we're going to talk about this lady. I think y'all know who she is.
I actually do not. I have not even Googled her.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh boy.
Yeah. She's
a
pistol packing, GOP loving. Well, she's in the GOP. She recently, her name is Marjorie Taylor Greene, and you can't turn on CNN or any media outlet without seeing her. And so I wanted to get y'all's opinion. Do y'all think that this is like a reverse from last year, from 2 years ago, when the GOP had made AOC the big boogeyman, and now we have Marjorie Taylor Greene as the new scary GOP person? Do y'all think that's kind of a reverse of that?
Well, I don't even know who she is because I'm still on my news purge. She looks like a psycho though from the picture.
She's a QAnon kook. They call her a kook, and she's with QAnon. Well, she disavowed them kind of loosely this week because they stripped her of all of her committees and things. But Donald Trump endorses her, and they think she's going to be a star of the GOP. And it's kind of and Kevin McCarthy was afraid to be very stern with her. And so it's kind of the situation where she's, kind of feeling herself like she's the new star and the darling of the GOP. And Charles, you're the Republican on our panel. Do you think she stands for you guys?
I don't know who she is.
Oh, okay.
I know zero about her. But I do know that every cycle they pick somebody and they pump their head so full of all these things, and they try to they'll be a puppet. And it seems like whatever string you pull is what she's going to do. Because you just said she disavowed QAnon, so maybe she's going to be a puppet. AOC, a lot of people try to force her to be a puppet, but she was like, "Fuck you! I got my own strings."
What do you think, Crystal?
My word, I think the lady is absolutely nuts. When I read about her being a conspiracy theorist and all the conspiracies that she is running with, I just don't think it looks good at all. It's not a good look.
How do you think she got elected, Chris? She had to get elected, and people believed in her enough to send her.
Where's she from?
Well,
she's from Georgia.
She's from Georgia.
I'm gonna say this. I don't know how she got elected. But
does mail-in voting get to that county?
I will have the same sentiment that I had when you mentioned her to us. Who is she? I don't care for her.
clap back.
Don't care if
I
she
love
was standing.
everybody's Mariah Carey response. Like, I don't know her.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's very bad. I'm
I
like,
don't know her.
I'm
I
sitting,
don't know
Chris,
her. And she's
Crystal, I'm
upset.
sitting here like, now I know y'all know who the hell this lady is.
No, I try to Google her, but I'm trying my best to do a 30-day purge from like anything really political right now, because Lord knows I was in it for the last 6 years. So
I was the same way, Charles, but I tune in at least 45 minutes a day because I have to know what's going on or I'll go crazy. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Zach, for the rest of our viewers who don't know who she is a new senator, newly elected senator from Georgia, representing, I forgot the district she represents. But
senator or congressman woman?
She's a senator. Was she senator or Congress? I can't believe, I think it was. You know
No,
what?
she has to be Congress.
It's Congress because she's in the House.
Yeah.
It's Congress. Okay, well, yeah, because she was stripped of her committee. She's correct. And she was a QAnon conspiracy theorist and believed a lot of their things about the Jews with the laser beams causing the wildfires.
Oh, that was her.
The
Yeah,
wildfires.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Oh, her.
She's entertaining.
Oh, her. Yeah, her. And she wears a mask and she felt like the squad. She had the gun on their post and all this kind of thing. She's batshit crazy, basically. And but she's in Congress. She's there. And
well, Nancy Pelosi's there too, so maybe she's her counterbalance.
I doubt that very seriously. You cannot compare Nancy Pelosi to Marjorie Taylor Greene, Charles. Come on. Are you drinking yet? What is going on?
No, I'm not. Girl, I'm still hungover from Friday.
They were not remotely the same. Nancy Pelosi does not talk about Democrat.
I'm talking about batshit crazy.
Oh, you think Nancy Pelosi's batshit crazy?
100%.
Okay, well, I guess. What do you think, Julie?
I
love your paintings, Julie. I love your paintings, by the way.
Thank you. I have very little knowledge of her. And now when I started to dive into what she was about, I realized how much I don't give a shit about her. Because
oh my God, Julie just cussed.
Well, when I see people that look like me act like that, it's so god dang embarrassing. But the thing is that the things that she's saying are so hurtful to so many people, like the Sandy Hook and the Parkland.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot that part. Yeah.
It's unnerving to me, to where if I kept on reading, I would just it would take away from my life, because she is no one that I want to be associated with ever. And I don't know how she got involved. And it could be that she was elected under some other thing, and then she is a puppet to where everybody's just, feeding her this. I have read that where she had a team that liked a bunch of posts, and that's how she got that bad reputation, that it wasn't actually her words. But there's too much of it to not believe that she either believes what she's saying, or she's a dumb, I don't know. She seems like she's dumb.
Well, and plus you saw the videos. She's actually made videos. I was going to try to pull some of those, but I couldn't get them. But no, she believes. I believe those are her words, and she's saying it because you can see the video of her saying it. And then she wears all those kooky masks. And Mitch McConnell finally had to come out and say something about her, but it took him forever to say anything. And I just like, okay, is this where the GOP is headed? We touched upon it a little bit last week, but it seems like they're going to have to do a hard reset. I think there needs to be a hard reset and to get back to where they used to be as far as their reputation. What do you think, Chris?
I just think that every 3 to 4 years is a rotation of someone that's going to cause shock value. And I think she's minuscule. I think she's arrogant. I don't care to know her. Yeah, she's just a psychopath, and I mean, let's think about it. I mean, let's talk about her later on if she does get important, but I don't think she's important. I think
Should
all
the
she is
media
shock
stop?
value.
You don't
Should the media,
matter.
She
should the
doesn't matter.
media
She,
stop
yeah.
propping her up? Do you think this is a media creation?
It's just I don't know, not a media creation because some people do deserve the reputation they get, but I just think
Mhm.
she's just there for shock value. She's a all politics got to have shock value. Politics always has to have that one person to find shock value. So I mean, we had Kelly. What was it, Kellyanne Conway? We've had all these other folks. Yeah, she's just one of
Well,
those.
no, that's different because the Trump
Well, no,
administration,
no, but
every
I'm
single
saying in
person
general.
was like that. Every single person was somebody that was shocking in that administration, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So,
but have you noticed she's really standing alone? I mean, yeah, she does have some people do say we support her, but I don't see anyone else that really matters standing to defend her. So I don't.
well, now look at it this way.
Okay.
61 Republicans voted to oust Liz Cheney. She had 11. She had 11 that said she had to go. So yeah, she has a lot of them supporting her. Liz Cheney almost got kicked out of the GOP.
See that I didn't know.
And if not for a secret ballot, Liz Cheney would have gotten kicked out. Only because they did a secret vote did she get to stay. They're all following behind Donald Trump because I feel like he's going to be the supervillain of this movie and have a resurgence in a couple of years. And so they're all still trying to stay real close to him, and he supports her. And so publicly, they're all still behind her.
You know,
I think that's where she gets her wind from. He's
Yeah,
the wind.
I have no.
Her wings.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about her, so I said I don't know nothing about her.
That's why I don't feel
So
I'm like,
I can't comment on something I don't know nothing about.
Okay, Charles.
But yeah.
What were you saying, Chris?
No, I'm saying exactly what Charles is saying. We don't know about. I really don't know much about her. I honestly don't, and I really don't care to know much about her because just her talking about Jew lasers. Come on, like okay,
she was.
Anybody that's gonna blame because you know my mother was Jewish, so if your mother's Jewish, you're Jewish regardless. So yeah, if I'm gonna have that much power with lasers, I mean, I'm gonna come and shoot you with a laser. I mean,
okay.
That's all I gotta say.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Charles.
Oh, nothing. I'm scatterbrained. I think I'm still like feeling a little certain way after Friday. I got messed up. That Gina Malone, golly, she put some spirit all up in us.
You were drinking water. You weren't that bad, were you?
That wasn't water. That was vodka.
Oh no! Well, I'm glad you had a good time. It was a wonderful show. Okay, y'all, hold on to your wigs because you're about to hear something that's going to. Well, I'll just let you hear it. This is our final topic. Take a listen to this.
So, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I don't give two fucks. I will not drop Morgan Wallen for saying the N-word. Any rapper can say the N-word and there's no problem. But the second that a country boy says the N-word, oh, drop him, drop him, drop him. He's using racial slurs. Why do we have the double standard? Why can one group say it, but the other can't? Them heartbreaker blue eyes is somebody's problem. It's somebody's problems. About to be mine. Not dropping him. Suck my dick. So
there we go. There we go. What did you? So, country star Morgan Wallen was filmed outside of his home, yelling at some people. I don't know what race they were. I don't know who they were. It was late at night. He was drunk. His neighbors filmed him. He was cussing the people out and calling them all kind of N-words and things. So, yeah. So, do y'all think it's a double standard that rappers use it, yet white country artists cannot? We'll start with the black lady on the panel, the other black lady on the panel. Crystal, what do you think?
Me? Okay. Double standard? Double standard? Listen. No. We all know where that word originated from. Be naive, okay? we turned it into something that we can use for our good. So you're not in that, and it's not to be harsh. It's we know where this started from. So there's no double standard. And if you're using it and you don't look like me, you're wrong because you're not using it in a positive connotation. I don't care what you're doing. It doesn't matter what it is. You're not using it the way you think you would. And it's not endearing to hear it from somebody that doesn't look like me. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Chris?
I'm going to have somebody else go around. Let me collect my thoughts because this is serious.
Okay. Julie, are you ready?
Sure.
Go ahead.
It's not a double standard. It's obvious. So when you hear him, white, it doesn't matter. When you hear the way that he speaks that word, it was not from a place of camaraderie. It was a slur at someone, whether they were, it doesn't matter their color, he used it in a very derogatory manner. He was trying to insult them because he used other words in addition to that word.
Yes.
So for me, when I heard him say it, he was automatically eliminated from anything positive. And if I hear someone Black speaking it, it sounds totally different to me. It doesn't sound like that. It doesn't sound mean or hateful or ugly. And when it really, really, it is a word that when I hear it, I feel enraged. And I have never used it. I don't know anyone in my circle who has ever used it because I know what it means. And those are my thoughts on it from someone who is definitely not Black. It has nothing to do with it other than when it comes from a place of hate. It's not right.
Okay, Charles?
I don't think that it's double standard is the right word to be used. I think it's the way you receive and send something out. The connotation of words have different meanings. So when you hear the N word in a rap song or anything like that, they're just referring to the person, homie, or stuff like that. But if they are derogatory using the word, then that's bad because they're using it as an insult. It's not just one race that can insult somebody by using the other word. It's the way you use the word that really matters. Just like, how many times does the word fag, gay, and homo get dropped in R&B songs?
Thank you.
Or on commercials, Family Guy. Without gay jokes, Family Guy really wouldn't even have a leg to stand on. And I watch it because they're not ever bashing us as like South Park did in one episode.
Well,
I really think it's the way that you send it out in the world and the way it's received by the person. We talked about cancel culture last season.
Yes, we did.
So cancel culture is what really took over this, and somebody wanting to make money. The person who filmed him to send that in got paid. They got paid a substantial amount of money. I'm not saying it's right what was said, but the second that video gets taken in and TMZ gets it cancel culture 100% dives in and explodes the story. Where I think that he can apologize to the people that he offended and correct himself. I think that option should have been given to him. But for the cancel culture to come in,
let me add something to that real quick.
Then he cancels himself.
Okay.
Let me
if you like Roseanne, remember Roseanne canceled herself.
Yes,
she chose to double down and triple down and then give the middle finger. So yes, if he doesn't apologize and he really feels that way, then you canceled yourself out. And that's your problem, not anybody else's. And that's my take on that.
No, let me say something real quick. What pisses me off about all this is that's why I said let it go around with everyone else because there was so much going on. I was about to start just saying F for everything. It pisses me off because radio stations were like, "Oh, we have to do the right thing. We're gonna ban his music." But then there's another report where his music sales went up. So it tells me, are there still people out there that are racist? There's still people out there that are gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna support him because he used the N-word." And yeah, his music may not be on here, but I'm gonna support him because of what he did. And that pisses me the fuck off because
like that lady there.
No, exactly. Because I have been there when someone's called me a fucking wetbag. I've been there when someone's called me a faggot both ways. As in good, where it's not coming. And to be honest, faggot, wetbag, fat ass, or whatever, it's derogatory. It is still in a negative connotation. And even when someone of the same race is using that word, let's say they use the N-word in a rap song, I'll be honest, yeah, I get uncomfortable. Hey, if I'm singing along, call me crazy. If you're gonna laugh at me, I don't, and I'm singing along to the song, rapping to the song. I don't use the N-word because I'm like, to me, it's derogatory. Because I've been there. I've been called a faggot. I've been called a wetbag. I have been called a wetbag when my ass got a social security number and I was born on this side of the borderline. So it fucking hurts to the fucking core that these people think it's okay to give him those sales of those songs. Let me stop because I'm being really okay. Dana,
why do you think that lady, obviously from what you just said, she represents a lot of people?
I punched that hoe in the fucking face and hurt her.
Oh my God!
Like Zach said, we do not condone violence on this show.
No, we don't.
Come after me for it. Come after me on Facebook, but I don't condone violence on this show. But let me just say, if it was me and her alone in an alley, she'd be down on the ground.
Oh God! Okay, well,
she's gonna be down on the ground because I know what it is when people spew hate on you. And even though he said it to whoever he said it with, and that person from TMZ got paid, okay, fine, they got paid or whatever. But deep down inside, it tells me what they say about drunk people and little kids. They tell you the truth.
They tell the truth.
And I bet you he still uses that word. He apologized.
And that's what I was gonna say.
It's behind him, but he's still gonna use that fucking word, and it pisses me the fuck off.
And well, that's why I was saying, what if he doesn't apologize? I almost have more respect for the ones that don't apologize. If that's how you feel,
yeah, because it tells me you're not
on your shit.
Yeah, exactly, Chris.
On your shit.
When he got money and he got baby mamas to pay off, but then he wants that fucking stupid.
What's crazy is I don't even know who he is. I gotta be honest.
I heard that.
Are you on an entertainment word, Charles?
Yeah, I didn't know who he was until. I don't know any new artists. I'm a 97.1 country station.
Oh.
Yeah, I grew up in a bar, so I like my Tammy Wynette and Loretta Lynn.
I'm gonna need a drink after this because.
Well, I just wanted to put in because I did leave this part out. Again, the origins of that word was to be dehumanizing, and I don't want anybody to forget that. That was to dehumanize a lot of my ancestors. So when people use that word who shouldn't be using that word, it's for that reason. So for that reason, I'm not okay with that at all.
And I have to be honest, when I saw the lady's video, and that's why I'm like, I have to use this. I
didn't see the video.
I'm just talking the video of the lady there. It wasn't so much his video, because I'm going to be very honest, and this could be very wrong, and I hope I don't get in trouble for saying it, but surprised, shocker, a country music artist using the N-word. I wasn't surprised. And that might be wrong for me to feel that way, but I just feel like there's a lot of country artists that probably say the N-word like that. And they're just smart enough not to get caught saying it. Right. But what surprised me was this lady's visceral reaction to what happened to him. She meant that with a passion. And that was just jarring to me. It was really weird. And she felt so passionate, she had to make a video about it. And I was just waiting any minute for her to. I thought she was about to use the N-word herself.
But there's so much other people that think like her, and that's the saddest part.
Yeah.
That reality
she wasn't going to be bold enough to use that word. You see how she kept emphasizing the N-word? Because she wasn't going to be bold enough to take that type of hate. She's not.
But
listen,
Black
women will eat you alive. So she wasn't bold enough to say that. She was just bold enough to say, I stand behind it because he used the N-word.
No, she did it in the back of their car with the doors locked and shit because she knows what the fuck can happen. And she just.
All right. Well, thank y'all. I'm sorry I did the switcheroo on the time on y'all, but thank y'all for rolling with the punches. But yes, we are officially at 7 o'clock. I was sitting at the beginning. I'm like,
7, right?
I was sitting there, but when there was
a drink when I saw that, and I had to run over.
when I was doing my opening monologue, I'm like, it was one other change. I can't think of the other change. Well, I guess that was the other change, was that we're now at 7:00 instead of 7:30. And I remember, and I have it written down, I wanted to start earlier because I wanted to expand this to be the actual body of the show.
Okay.
So instead of only doing like a 1 or 2 topics, I wanted us to be able to do 4 topics. And so that's why I was starting at 7, but I forgot to tell my brain to tell you guys.
I know, because I confirmed with you Friday for 7:30.
I know, but it's like, I'm literally like juggling like the barcode. I'm juggling this show, and I'm having other shows and other stuff, and a lot of going on. So I need to get an assistant or something, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, that's why
I'd be a horrible assistant.
That's why we're starting at 7, because we want to do more topics. Like we just did 4 topics tonight. And so I wanted to have like a full body panel. So thank y'all for rolling with the punches, as it were. Thank y'all. And I'm going to be dismissing you and like we do, and asking you what you're up to. So Chris, are you on your way to your Super Bowl party? What are you up to?
Well, my Super Bowl party is like 5 feet away. It's in another room. I'm in my office. I'm about to drag my ass over there and be like, I need another refill and I need another chicken nugget. Because Super Bowl meal was.
I made chicken nuggets for dinner. Homemade though.
No, I'm kidding. It wasn't sponsored by McDonald's. We just got the 50 piece. And so we got a lot of vodka and a lot of hubby number 1 got like monsters and vodkas and tequilas. And then hubby number 2 disappeared, and then girlfriend number 1, she brought the nuggets. So we're good.
All right, well, go enjoy your party, and thank you. And I'll see you next Sunday at 7.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Chris.
What are you up to the rest of the evening, Julie?
Oh, goodness. The rest of the evening?
Yeah.
Cookies. So this is Valentine's week. So
Yes, you're gonna be busy.
And everyone ordering cookies, which I am so grateful for. I just am so, I just can't explain to you. So I have orders that are due every single day this week. So
wow.
I have this, that's what I've been doing this weekend, and I'll continue doing it all throughout the week, and just love every minute of it. That's what I'm doing.
All right. Well, happy Valentine's. I guess we'll see you next Sunday. You enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. See you at 7. All righty, Charles. You got here late, but better late than never. What are you doing for the rest of the evening?
I'm going to put Ryan down and watch TV.
Well, enjoy your evening.
But I want to give a shout out to Wendy. Send in prayers. Yes. Hope everything's okay.
Yes, I do that at the top of the show, and I'm so glad you brought it back up. We're sending lots of love and prayers to Wendy and her family, and hope everything's going to be okay. Well, Charles, you give us a big hug and kiss to the baby for us.
I will. And I'm loving Crystal on the show. This has turned out to be a great addition. So
okay, and she finds
Thank you.
You got to come out with me. You have to come out with me on a Friday and watch Roxanne. I'm telling you, it is a blast.
She comes to Barcode quite often. She was there about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh my God! Text me the next time you go up there.
So
anyway, go have fun.
I was just busy this weekend.
Oh.
We'll have to plan a whole outing.
Yes.
All right, Charles. Good night. All right, Crystal. I guess I know what you're about to do. You're up there packing.
I'm about to lay in my bed before these children get here and be on TikTok. Okay, I deserve my cocktail, my seafood, and TikTok. So
you just named it. Oh, seafood! I love. What kind of seafood do you have?
I had lobster tails, snow crab, and shrimp. So
we are just the same person.
Yes,
we still got to go to the gun range.
We do. Trust me, that's always on my brain when I get your message. I'm like, shit.
Yes, we have got to make it, and we should film it and make it a segment in the show.
Yes! Oh my God, that would be so much fun.
Okay, it's the deal. We're gonna make that happen.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Now, when is the Healing Prism? What day is that, and how can people watch it?
It'll be Wednesday. You can watch it on Facebook and YouTube at The Healing Prism. So look for us. It's gonna be Wednesday at 7:30 Central Time. So if you're on any other time,
what week am I on there as a guest? What week am I?
You are on week 3.
Is next
yes.
week?
Oh, I can't wait. It's
gonna be hot. Thank y'all for having me. All right, well, go enjoy your seafood, ma'am.
Happy Black History Month.
Hey. All righty. So that was our panel. I'm so glad she said that. That leads to this thing that I wanted to do before we get to our interview. This month is Black History Month, and every week we're going to do something special for a person of the LGBTQ community at large, not necessarily locally, it could be nationally, could be local, but we're going to honor one person every week. And this week we're honoring a Houston trans legend, the one and only, may she rest in power, the one and only Monica Roberts, for our Black History moment. All right, that's Monica Roberts. Thank you, Dee Dee Waters, for providing those photos for that collage of her. Monica Roberts was a pioneer for trans rights. She spoke often, and she had awards with GLAAD, and she also got awards here in Houston and across the country for her advocacy and her work with the trans community. And we have truly lost a giant, and I wanted to honor her as our first this moment in Black history. So that was the fabulous Monica Roberts. All righty, let's have another commercial, and then we're going to get right into our interview portion of the show. We have the fabulous LJ Zealous coming up. But before we do that, let's run this beautiful beat. All righty, it's time for that interview that I have been waiting to do all week. He has put on these pageants, you guys, that nobody else in the whole city of Houston. He just came on the scene a few years ago and just took it by storm. I'm talking about nobody other than Mr. LJ Zealous, aka the Boss. We're going to find out all about why they call him the Boss and why he is the boss. And we're going to find out all about his life and pageantry and all things Pearland. So without any further ado, please welcome to the show. This is the one and only LJ Zealous. Hi, LJ.
Hey, how are you? I can't hear you. For some
Can you
reason,
hear me
it's
now?
mute. It's on mute. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
I can't hear you. I only know your movement and your lips, but
let's try this again.
I can't hear you. I don't know what I'm not pushing right to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
See, I have to learn. I'm navigating all this stuff myself. I'm learning new stuff here.
Okay.
We're breaking new ground.
Right. How are you?
Today?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, I'm excited. Let's get comfortable and relax here.
Yes.
Because I sent you a little outline of where I wanted to go with the interview. I want you to feel very comfortable and just, and we're also going to have the comments where people can ask you questions as well. Okay.
Okay.
If they want to chime in, if you say something and they want to ask you a question, we'll just throw it in there. But other than that, we'll just stick with my question.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so let's get started.
Okay.
When did you first come on the scene as far as the LGBT scene altogether? When did you first come out onto the scene?
Well, I was sneaking out of the house back in 1996. when my mom and them go to bed, I would sneak out. Me and my, high school buddies, we would sneak out at 96. And 1997 is when I officially came out. I graduated high school and I actually came out, and in 1997.
So you graduated high school in 1996?
I graduated in 1997. I graduated in 1997. I was sneaking out of the house in 96.
Oh Lord, I was meeting Tina Turner at that time. Oh Lord, oh, you're a baby. Oh my word.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting because you carry yourself with such a manner that you come across as older. You come across as very grounded and dignified. Have you always been that way?
Always. I've always been
Wow.
that way. The story with my gay mother is Shanice Love, Timothy Lamar Harris. That's my gay mother.
Yes.
Yes. And so it was a bunch of us that came out before me. And when I came out, even though I was the baby, she put me over everything. Like I was the only one only one with the key to the house, St.
Wow.
Benedict. And so everybody else was like, he got a key. And she's like, because he's the responsible one.
You come across that way. I would have swore that you were older. That is you don't look older, you just carry yourself older.
Right.
That's I had no idea. Wow, 96, 97.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was it like when you came out? What was that like? What was the scene and what was
Oh
going
my
on?
God. It was to me, it was amazing. It was shocking. Like there are other people that there's nothing wrong with me. There are other guys that's liking guys because that zone, it was like, oh, it was a shame to be gay. Even though it was the beginning of the transition and people accepting it a little more, people would accept it long as you ain't my family.
Preach. Especially in the Black community. Yeah.
Yes. And so when I came out and I was sneaking out in 96, and then when I first went, my first club going into was Incognito on Live Oak.
Yeah.
And when I walked in, it's like, oh my God, there's other guys dancing with other guys. There's girls and girls. I mean, so there's nothing wrong with me. So I was curious, and that made me sneak out more it's like I was hungry to learn more about what I'm not, there's nothing wrong with me.
What city are you from?
I'm from Houston. I am a Houstonian, but my grandmother raised me in Louisiana.
Oh, okay. And so in Louisiana, did you ever venture out to any places? No.
No. I was little. Of course. I was a baby from 1 year old to 7 to 8 years old. But as I look back through the photos, you can see my hand on the wall like this. You didn't even know. You didn't even know you were gay then. But it's those little pictures you're gonna like. This how y'all didn't know.
Listen, I bet they did know. That's the whole point. I bet they did.
Right.
They just wasn't saying nothing.
Exactly. I always had that little soft voice. And my auntie and them all loved that. Like, oh my God, your voice is there. It wasn't a deep voice, it was that little soft kind of little film voice,
So how did you stumble across pageantry?
Pageantry, I believe I've always been around it. I've always been around it because I came out, like I said, my mom was Shanice Love, and so, she did drag. Of course, I came out with the Chevelle, me and Chevelle taking those Dallas trips, before she was Chevelle.
Okay.
And so I hung around Dominique Devereaux, all those,
yeah.
Right, when if Mama at St. Benedict, all the girls came through there. All the any and everybody came through that. You go by there, you was going to meet a transgender. You was going the Leah Halston. That's when I first came out. She was here. And it was cousins. Then I think my first pageant, she was giving cousins up. And, and that was like my first pageant. I wasn't really into it then. But
so when did the fascination start then?
The fascination started when I met Alexis Paris, my BFF.
Okay.
And when I met her, she was preparing for Miss Texas at Large back in 2012, I believe it was.
Okay.
She was preparing, and that year, watching her prepare, dance rehearsals, you know, and by her conquering her dream and becoming Miss Texas at Large, and by me being her best friend, we always together. I was like, bitch, bitch, I like this. You
Okay.
know, like I said, I always admired the craft and entertainment, because just to back up a little bit before, I came to EJ's and I saw you for the first time, and you was Tina Turner.
Okay.
And I asked you, I was like, when are you going to perform again? This, that, and other. And you gave me the, like your next, gig and stuff like that. And it was just amazing. I fell in love with the craft because of the hallucinations that the drag queens slash transgender, the illusion of,
Okay.
is that Tina Turner in here? And it's just, you just fall in love with it. And as more and more, and then when she won, she was like, well, BFF, since you like it so much, do you want to be a promoter for
So
Texas?
she went to work right away.
Right. She went to work, and then by me admiring her and her craft, I'm going to support her in all her endeavorments. So of course, I became a promoter. She's the reason I became a promoter.
Oh wow! So would you say she's the mother of Pearland?
I would say, I would say probably the godmother at this
The
point.
godmother. Oh well, yeah. Okay, godmother of
Right,
Pearland.
right, because without her, it would have been no Pearland.
Exactly. So the inspiration came from you being backstage and seeing everything that goes into it, and you had a genuine love for it. I think that's kind of amazing, because some promoters get into it for the money,
Right,
or the notoriety or the fame, and you actually seem to have a true passion and love for it.
right,
I love that.
right, and I think that's what makes me stand out a little more from other promoters,
Mhm.
because it's not about the money. This is a hobby for me.
Okay.
It's a hobby for me, and not only is it a hobby, I don't do this to make money. I do this to be a stepping stone or enhancement to someone's dream. A lot of girls out there, this is their dream, this is their passion. This is their career, because some of them, this is
Yes.
their career, and I just love my payment I get out of it is not money. It's to
Hmm.
see the girl grow to be, into being a great icon, being a great entertainer, and her craft, and I like to be a part of it.
Now you mentioned Alexius and US of A at large. Is that why you chose the US of A system?
Right, I didn't choose the system; the system chose me. If that makes sense.
It
Um,
does. I like
uh,
that.
yeah, because I mean, I wasn't, don't get me wrong. I seen the Continentals. I love all the systems. I
Mhm.
support all the systems. All the systems have their ups and downs.
Yeah.
You can find the same problem in every system. But at the end of the day, this is people dreams. This is people crafts. And no matter what system you're in, stick to it, learn it,
Hmm.
and be great at it.
Would you ever think of going to, have people tried to get you to go to, say, and for lack of a better word, one of the Black systems, like Black America, Black Universe? Have people tried to get you to do that?
Yes, and not just Black America, just not to single out any other system. I have
Hmm.
been offered Continental.
Okay.
I have been offered to become a promoter for Continental, Showgirl, just to name a new universe. But my thing is the way my heart and my passion is. I don't want to be known for a black or white pageant. I want to be known
Right.
for a pageant that any and everybody is welcome. Black, white, Latino,
Hmm.
whatever race, Orient, whatever race you are, it's something for everybody in Pearland.
Everybody's welcome to come into that system.
Right.
So how did you come up with the name Pearland? Because I guess a lot of people think, well, is it in Pearland?
Right, because that's why I resigned. That's why I live.
See, so that makes sense to me, because I remember like, oh, they're having a pageant in Pearland. No, it's going to be at Meteor. I'm like, okay, I'm confused.
Right. I mean, it's just like any other place. Like even in it, like just say Miss Houston. It's in Houston.
Yeah.
It's in Houston, and it's just at a venue in Houston. But and I've got a lot of recognition, and I do believe, like with my last court, that I brought Pearland to the forefront. The
Mm-hmm.
newspaper out, they did a whole article on us last year.
Wow.
Because they didn't know. They were like, "Wow, we have a Miss Pearland, we have a Mr. Pearland, we have a Miss Pearland Lawrence," and so that was amazing to them. So the city
Yeah.
councilman of Pearland reached out to me.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and it's a whole article. It's a whole article on Pearland.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you have a link to it? We can add the link to the comment section so people can go see it.
I don't have the link because it probably expired. Because, like I said, that was a year ago.
Okay.
To the article. If I have to go in my history and I'll reshare it.
Well, if you do, I'd love to read it.
Okay.
I have a question. So, what does it take to become a pageant promoter? What does it take inside as a person? What does it take to do this?
It takes dedication. It
Mhm.
takes understanding to be. I mean, this is my opinion. To be a good promoter, you have to take the good, the bad, and the ugly, because you don't know what you're getting.
Right.
When you have a pageant, you don't know what you're getting. So, like I said, if you're in it for the money, you can make some money, but it shouldn't be the top thing. In order to be a good, successful promoter, you have to be approachable. Because you have to realize, just as I want my king and queen to be approachable as representing me, I have to be approachable for them to, before they become Pearland, to want to actually, enter my contest, to even be considered, in the pageant.
So what makes your pageant stand out because the US-based system has like a lot of pageants. What makes Pearland stand out? What do you think is about that draws your contestants?
I think mostly my contestants know me personally. A lot of people are getting to know me more from people, from word of mouth. And I feel that my history has been a fair promoter and a huge package. I have a huge package more than one ways, but
Wait, what?
but I mean, the package.
Surely they're not coming for that.
I know, but the package do play a lot of part in it.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day,
yes,
you don't want somebody. I mean, I want anybody to come, but I can't expect someone to travel from El Paso 10 hours away for a $200 package. I mean,
yeah.
so you want to give a package that'll make somebody come from across, because Texas is the biggest state.
Huge.
So, yeah, so I want anybody in Texas to consider Pearland. And just as I want the good entertainers to come represent me, I have to give them something to want to come and represent me.
Gotcha. So what are some of the biggest mistakes that you've made in being a pageant promoter, and what did you learn from those mistakes?
I made quite a few mistakes. I trust easily.
Mm-hmm.
I've been messed over, within that trust, because everyone, and it's just me, and I'm not going to change that. When I meet someone, automatically you have my trust. I don't care what James said or what John said.
Have you always been that way?
I've always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always, no matter what somebody come and say, oh, well, that person is blah, 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 blah. Oh, that person may be in that to you.
That's so true, though. That's
right,
very true.
Right, but that don't mean they're gonna be that to me. And then come to find out, yeah, well, you are right, So, but
so do you get hurt?
Yes. Mm. I get hurt because I expect so much out of my kings and queens, and not only my kings and queens, my first runners up, my second runner ups. If you're representing Pearland, when I say we're family. We're family. I'll pick up the phone and call you. I see you on Facebook or whatever. I'll pick up the phone and call you and say, well, what you ate today? And you're like, where'd that come from? It's just not pageant with me.
It's really family.
Right. We're really family. I want to make sure you ate today. I want to make sure where you're living is, everything about you. Are you making money? You need help, resources. I know a lot of people.
So where does that come from? What is that? Just you as a person? Have you always had a big heart that way? Where does that come from?
I've always had that. That's something my grandmother instilled in me. Always help someone, because just because you're up today, you may be down tomorrow.
This is true.
And I'm going to share with you that I a lot of people don't even know. I deal with depression and this, that, and the other, but a lot of people don't even know that I deal with depression and other issues. So I'm just as human, and I go through things just like everybody else. I just deal with it differently.
Okay.
I'm a very private person. So, I'll be out and about, taking shots, drinking this, that, and the other. But when you come home, I, unwind and all this at home,
Right.
and not in the public eye. I don't put everything on Facebook like, oh, please, pray for me, blah, blah, blah. I've never been, because
So what brings you through that?
What brings me through that is really prayer.
I was going to say, yeah, you seem like you have a very deeply spiritual. I can feel that even through the computer. I can feel that you have this connection, that very spiritual connection.
Right, and I had a relationship with God from a very young. I was abused growing up, and this, that, and the other. Very trial times, coming up. And what got me through that was a praying grandmother and God. And so I would always, no matter what it is, I always turn and talk to God. Because if you turn and talk to you share some things with your friends, but then when they get mad at you, you hear it all in the streets and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I've never heard nothing God said.
Oh, that's testimony right there. You see it there.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's why I turn everything over to Jesus. When they say turn it over to Jesus, I turn it over to Jesus, and He answers.
I love that.
Yeah, He answers by the things He blesses me with.
Hmm.
And so, and that's what keeps me going, knowing that one day I will see Him on the other side.
So, would you ever think of starting your own pageant system, breaking off from US of A and starting your own system?
I'm in the works of that.
What? Breaking news.
So I told him I was going to talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
I do have I will be partnering up with Wendell Levi, and we are together. We will be starting our own pageantry, our own system. We will be starting our own system. Coming and is here before we know it. We're going to get ready to start promoting. The coronavirus have put out, a halt to a lot of things.
A lot of things.
It haven't stopped it. It's just, little hurdles, but we're looking to have our first pageant in 2022.
Oh, wow. Yes. So some of those mistakes that you have made, and my next question was, what don't you like about pageantry, and how would you change it? I guess you're going to be implementing that with creating the system. Talk about that a little bit. What are some of these things?
Some of the things, I mean, and no matter what system, it's always you hear cheating. Always come up cheating. You always come up with the prize package ain't worth it. You always hear about the judging panel is rigged. You always hear about all those things. And so that's what I want to, even with Pearland, I always try to have a diverse judging panel. I always try to be fair. I don't care who coming. If that ugly duckling, well, I mean, I'm not calling anybody ugly. I'm not calling anybody ugly or nothing like that. But if she wins tonight, she wins.
She wins tonight.
Yeah. And so it's just so happening that
Tink wins.
Yeah, it's just so happening that Swan couldn't fly that night.
And many an ugly duckling has turned into a swan. I myself have been an ugly duckling that I blossomed later. I wasn't, my early part was not as beautiful as my second half, should I say. So I'm a testament. That is very true. You might have a diamond in the rough that you might just need to help.
Right,
and
because exactly
you never know.
That ugly duckling, like you say, with a little support behind her.
Yep.
This, and not everybody knew how to do makeup when they first come out. Everybody don't know how to dance, and
Well, and it's weird how that's expected to be a thing. It's like if you didn't go to school for cosmetology, how in the hell are you supposed to know about makeup? But just because you do entertain, like you do drag, so you must know about makeup. I also tell people to say I don't know shit about it. I know how to make myself look how I want to look. That's not, I don't know nothing about that. They have the brushes have a number and a name and all. Girl, I don't know nothing about that. Give me that brush. Let me use that to do this. I don't know anything about it. But yeah, so I commend you for that.
thank you.
So that this is the perfect segue for my next question because I hope you're ready for it. So, okay, so I'm an entertainer and I no longer compete. And now that you're starting your own system, convince me to get back in the game. What would you say to someone like me?
Oh my God, let's have a shot. Meet me at the bar. You know, and not everybody drink. So
Well, I recently quit drinking. So
right, so let's have a Coca-Cola. You know, we're gonna start off with a drink. We're gonna start off with, it depends on what the setting is. If you know, if I'm trying to get you to come do my system and I'm taking you on a lunch date or a dinner date, or if you're in a club and I just so happen to we just bump into each other, I'm gonna say meet me at the bar. Let's talk. You know, first off, I'm going to instill it into you that my system is going to be fair. No way around about it. It's going to be fair. It's not going to be any cheating whatsoever. I would stop the pageant before I let it go on cheating. The prize package is going to make you want to come. I don't have to say anything. All I have to do is post it. That's all I'm gonna have to do. All I'm gonna have to do is post it. And when I post the prize package, it's gonna make you want to come out of retirement. But that's gonna make me come out of retirement.
Now, how much money did you say? I'm on the way. Let me get this wig.
Right. You know, and right, because what I understand is it costs money to put that makeup on, that dress on, those stockings, that lipstick, everything you have on to make your look costs. And I feel like some of the venues, some of the promoters, what they don't realize is minimum wage is going up at Walmart, the fast food places, but you don't hear the wages going up for the entertainers.
Never. You never hear about it.
It's time to change that. It's time to change that. And if I have to be the one to start it, I'll be the one to start it.
So, other than your prize package, I'm not going to ask you to disclose the name of it yet. How is this pageantry system going to be different? How's it going to be different from Pearland? How's it going to be different from US of A? How's it going to stand out?
Well, standing out, like I say, it's going to speak for itself, you know, because it all comes with character. You know, it starts with character. When somebody says, because the first thing they're going to say, well, who owns that system? You know,
oh my God, that is so true.
They're going to say, well, I've never heard of that. Who owns that? What is that all about? And they're going to say, LJ, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. You know, just it's the name.
Reputation.
Tina Turner said it a long time ago. You can have all that other stuff. I just want my name. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Your reputation. In this industry, be it pageantry, drag, impersonation, entertainment, your reputation, your name is everything.
Yes. And that alone is what's gonna make me different from any other system. Because I feel like it's greatness in every system. It's just sometimes it's not the system, sometimes it's the people that run the system. It's some of the promoters. You know, you may just have chose the wrong prelim.
I do believe that. I believe that's happened to me on more than one occasion.
Right.
So overall, do you think pageants are fair?
To a certain extent, because I'm not a dummy. You know, well, we all know that. But what I mean by that is we see the cheating. We see the unfairness. We see that some of the promoters are all about money. We see that. We see that this, you know, is not about the king and queen. It's really about them. We see it. You know, it's no way of hiding it. But you know, at the end of the day, we still respect. You know, we still respect the craft. You know, we respect the craft, and we just have to make our choices wisely on what prelim we do and what system we do, because it's something, somebody gonna find something. No matter how hard I may try to make my new system to be fair and this and that, you're gonna find somebody that's gonna come along and don't like something.
Yeah. So with RuPaul's Drag Race being basically a televised pageant at this point, so not only are you competing with all of these other pageants, you're now competing with RuPaul's Drag Race. So do you think RuPaul's Drag Race is causing pageantry to die out, or how do you think that's having an impact on pageantry?
I mean, first off, I love RuPaul Drag Race. I think that was a brilliant idea of RuPaul. I wish her much success. Well, which she's already have, because you have spinoffs after spinoff after spinoff. I feel like it's just another platform for girls to show their craft. So I don't feel like that it's going to die off the pageantry, because there's only so many people can get on there anyway.
True.
But I do feel like that is a great platform, that if the girls can get on there and get exposure, it could be a pay raise for them. It could be a job for a year or years. Because after you on that show, most of the girls that's been through there, they're really doing well, way 2 or 3 years later from after appearing on there. So I think it's a great platform, and I just feel like it's competition. I think and it's just more televised.
So what makes a good pageant contestant? What makes a good contestant?
Someone, to me, my opinion of a good contestant is someone that really, truly cares about their craft. Not boring. Everything she got on is borrowed. We got, I ain't calling out nobody, but, we got a couple girls that everything she got on is borrowed. I mean, it is what it is. Invest in yourself. If you don't invest, I'm a citizen from Ruth, so I love Ruth. If you don't invest in yourself, how you expect your promoter to?
This is true. So how do you spot a contender? What makes a person a contender? What sets them apart from a contestant to like, okay, this person is a contender?
A contender, I guess, it depends on how you define contender. Contender could be someone that's just taking up space.
Well, when I say contender, I mean, how do you like? I'll give you an example. When I was doing Texas Continental, the second year I did it, because I did it 3 times. I won it on my 3rd year. The second time, Erica Andrews was there, and we were in a group interview together, and I had mentioned to the judges that I knew she was a contender for this pageant, because I was preparing knowing she was going to be here, because that she was a contender. So when I say contender, I mean someone that like, okay, that person could win this. That's the person to beat. That person's the one I'm,
a contender.
On that one.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so I guess let me understand more. So a contender is Tommy. A contender is you. So you are, as my grandma say, Sophia, what she say? You're an obstacle. So instead of saying contender, you're an obstacle. I am an obstacle that gets the girls to drop out the pageant. So when people
that's happened. I've done that a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah, when people find out certain girls, that's why they call you who coming. Don't worry about who coming. If you're getting ready, it shouldn't matter who coming.
It doesn't matter who's coming. Yeah.
Because if you don't see her at this prelim, you're gonna see her at state. So
do you believe? Go ahead.
If you can't beat her here, you ain't gonna beat her at state. So you might as well just walk around and do drag or whatever. Just do shows. Don't do pageants.
Do you believe in wooing a contestant? Like, ooh, I know her. She could probably go all the way and win national. I really want that girl in my pageant system. Do you believe in wooing contestants?
I don't believe in wooing them, but I do believe in pushing them. I don't know if pushing and wooing maybe fall in the same bracket.
It could. I can see it.
Because you know the potential. If I know a potential in somebody, and I'll be like, if I only could get her over here in Pearland, and put the money behind her, get that, because I come over here and you tell me, and I say, baby, we're not doing that. You can, I have some kings and queens that'll vouch you for exactly what I'm gonna say. They say, well, I'm gonna do this, that, state. No, baby, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do
that. What? Give me an example without calling any names. Give me an example of somebody that was like an idea that was brought to you by a contestant, and you're like, no, we're not gonna do that. Well, give me one.
We're not gonna do that. I mean, what everybody say now.
I can hear you saying that.
Yeah, and he knows if he's watching. I can't see who's watching or whatever, but if he ever sees it, Adonis, okay. Mr. Take That Lord, we laugh about it all the time. We, this, that, and the other. Before he won, after he won my patch, he was like, well, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna do a little light something. I'm gonna, blah blah blah. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna. And we laugh to this day about it. No, we're not gonna do that.
No,
we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go up there. We're gonna get out here. We're gonna exercise. We're gonna get your tolerance up, and we're gonna drop kick. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. And I feel like being a promoter, because I put my money where my mouth at. You do. And we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna put all these dancers behind you, and I'm gonna do this. My girls, I want that wig on you. I'm not gonna tell you I want this on you. I'm gonna buy it, put it on you. That's the kind of promoter I am. So when I say we're not gonna do this, I'm saying it because I'm gonna put my money behind you, and I see more. And some people feel like they can just skate through life. Well, you can't just skate through life and think you're gonna be a millionaire.
Right.
You have to work 7 days a week. Right. You have to work 7 days a week. You want to be Mr. Texas at large, or do you want to go down there and be first runner up? Let me know now before I spend all this money.
Well, you have to tell them. I mean, that's being upfront and honest.
Right. And all my kings and queens respect me for that. We have a lot of people say he's my favorite, which I'm on live, so I really can't say he is.
I'm like, let me move my hair, lean in.
He is. I love him. I love him. And for a big guy, he inspired a lot of people that's his size, or maybe even a little bigger. Mm-hmm. You can be Mr. Texas at large too. And I love his drive. He's a very people's person. You can talk, anybody can walk up and talk to him. He helps everybody. That's just like forever. Everybody say Tamika X was my favorite. She was. For my plus size girl, she was, and she is. She's my favorite because I look at pageantry with them to a whole nother level. They have to spend extra money to how you can go buy a dress and it's $100. They have to go spend $400 for that same dress to be taken out or make an upper size
alterations.
Yeah. So and then for them to get out there and still dance and move and be able to compete, if not beat some of the skinny girls.
Come on, not getting beat. Yes.
So
how long do you see yourself in this industry? How long? I see you obviously have quite a few more years to go if you're in the middle of creating a system. How long do you see this going for the rest of your life? How long do you want to be in pageants?
I see as long as the girls are around, and if I can keep their fire going, my fire can't go out. If my fire go out, they have no platform. So their fire have to go out before mine. So if it's nobody there to keep warm, I have to eventually let my fire out.
So as long as there's contestants, you will be doing your patch.
As long as if I have 2 girls, everybody don't want 2 girls. We want 5 or 6. I come to see a pageant. So I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get.
What are you doing? Stop that. I'm sorry.
I'll take what I can get, and as long as the girls, long as the girls are there and they're hungry, and that's what made me for the longest I only had regular and at large, and so I just recently added classic and newcomer because I wanted to be. It's something for everybody in Pearland. You
So is
know,
Pearland going to continue even though this new system is going to be going?
yes, I
Okay.
still will be. I
Are
will
you going to
still
have an
be having.
executor over it, or are you going to are you going to do both?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you going to have an executor over Pearland, or are you going to just
Yes,
do
look, of
both?
course. You know, remember, man, you talking about you being on my board. So eventually, I just had when Corona have just really set things off. You know, like on a back burner. But
Mhm.
eventually, because I don't come out as much, you know,
Right.
because I have 5 jobs.
Well, I
You
was
know,
going to ask you about that. I was going to ask you how has the pandemic affected you pageantry for you? Has it changed everything?
it have because back in I had right after I had Pearland at large. And I think it was like maybe 2 weeks before regular. 'Cause I was initially supposed to have regular um in December. But
Hmm.
right before that, one of the ladies' husband caught coronavirus and she kept coming to work.
Oh.
And so she infected our whole office.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And so it was only me and one other person running the whole place. And so
Yikes.
right, and that's $1 billion company, you know, and it's not to have that many people out. We had over right at 20 people out, you know, with COVID all at one time.
Well, I hope she got fired.
She didn't, believe it or
What?
not, you
Oh,
know.
is she white?
Yeah, well, had that have been my black ass, I
Like,
probably
well,
would have
then
been
never mind.
gone.
Right, your black ass would have been gone.
Yeah, you know, but you know, we had that many people out, and so I had to cancel Pearland in December because I
Yeah.
had to make a decision. It's just me. And so I have
Mhm.
a lot of people depending on me, you know, from my sisters, from my mom to the company, you know, and if
Right.
I come out and get corona, and then not only that, you know, I have a lot. I have house, I have cars, I have investments. And so if I go down, who's going to take care of my business? So I have to
Right.
make sure I make decisions. Not that I can't get corona by, you know, going to work and stuff, but I have to make decisions that I feel that's in my best interest to stay healthy.
Well, you have to be responsible.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, well, and that leads me to my other question. Do you have time for a personal life?
If the right red come along, I do. But that's that saying. That's that saying. No matter how busy you are, if you want to do something,
You gonna find a way to do it.
I'm
Yeah.
baby. Look, you got to cut these hours. Baby, Uber got to go.
Are
But
you
I got
looking
something
for
at home
someone?
waiting on me.
Are you looking to find love or find to
I
have
am. I am looking for love. But I have been messed over a lot.
So you've been burned a lot.
Yes, I
Mhm.
have been burned a lot.
So, but you don't feel like you have a guard up. You don't feel like you're jaded at all. You have a great outlook. It feels like so,
Mm-hmm.
but you're still very skeptical. What's stopping you?
It really, to be honest with you, right now I just don't go out. So
Mhm.
it's like you can't really find nobody if you don't go out. You
Well, you might
know,
meet somebody at the grocery store or the
I
gas
don't even do
station.
that. I don't even do that.
If you
I'm
see
so
somebody you don't know, you don't like, hey, you're attractive. You don't just meet people.
I do. I do that, and mostly I do that through social media, Facebook. You know, I
Okay.
have I have a couple of people. I go, oh, that's my wife, and oh my God, I love her, and this, that, and the other. But I don't, I don't come out to like pursue anything like I probably should.
Well, what are
And
you looking for in a partner?
at this point, I'm old school. My dad taught me growing, which I have to change, I guess. Um, I wasn't looking for a partner to work. I got enough for both of us.
So
That's
you want
that
to stay at home partner?
that was my old mentality and I got messed over so many times. People sleeping, out there with
Well,
people
yeah.
sleeping in my house while I'm going to work because blah blah blah, and so if I can meet somebody that even work half of what I do, we will
Mhm.
be a power couple,
Right. So you're looking for someone you can build with.
Right, exactly. I have the house, I have the cars, I have the bank accounts. I have all that already, but it really don't
Well, you
mean
don't
nothing.
tell them that on the first date, do you?
No, everybody knows it already. It's no way looking at me and tell me I don't have it already. But the thing is, I want, I'm ready for my dream home. And like I said, I'm more of the man.
You're old fashioned.
Right. I want someone that's gonna say, "Oh, I want that house and I want to buy it for him." Or that's the kind of man, the husband.
You're a romantic. You're an old fashioned romantic as well.
Right. See, my mom and my aunties didn't have to want for anything. My uncles and this, that, the other, they put the money in the bank account. My mom and them they paid the bills. They did what was supposed to be done.
Okay, now what does this dream partner look like? Describe
At this point, I'm having to change a little bit because it ain't working for me. I really like. I'm a heads over here for reds. I love a red man with them pink lips. It's just, it's like.
Is he tall? Is he short? Is he muscular? Is he thin? Because if you can't visualize it, you can't see it. If you can't see it, you can't get it. So right. I need you to visualize this man.
I like film. I don't want nothing hard. I like film men.
Okay, so he's feminine. He's light skinned, got pink lips. He's feminine. Is he slender? Is he stocky? What does he look like?
He can be slender. He could be,
a medium build.
Right, but mostly slim. But you know what attracts me to them?
What
to the reds and yellows? It's the sassiness.
Oh, so you like somebody with fire.
Yes, get your ass.
So you're looking for a Sagittarius, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's like get your ass over here. I'm like, did you what?
Oh no, I'll take that back. That's a Scorpio. That's Scorpio then. I thought that's a different kind of fire.
I'm such a boss in everything or aspect of my life. And sometimes I don't want to be the boss, if that makes sense.
No, it does, because I have this saying. I'm looking for a man that can lead me, but I'm never going to give you the ropes to lead me. You have to be able to take charge.
Right.
And I do want that, though. That's what I'm looking for. I want someone to be the leader, but I'm never going to let you lead me.
Right. And that's me. I'm the leader. Right.
So I fully understand what you're saying.
Right. I'm the leader. I just want you to be like, well, I want the kitchen like this, or I want the living room furniture like this, and I don't care. Go do that. That's you decorate and all that. That's not me.
I cannot deal with that. Yeah, I'm the same way.
My job is to make sure the yard is cut, the yard look nice. The house.
You're looking for this traditional relationship only with a man, basically.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said you're looking for a traditional, old-fashioned relationship only with a man.
Exactly.
That's interesting. Wow. Well, like I said, if you can visualize it and see it, then you can it's tangible to put your hands on it. So I want you to practice thinking and visualizing and seeing this person in your head. I believe in that.
Right, but I have to get out of that. I think I only want a yellow man. That's
true, because God is going to surprise you and send you something totally opposite.
Right, and I'll be the only one. I'll be over here looking all up against the wall, and he right there in front of me. They'd be like a dark man sitting over there. That man, and they probably be the best man that was
the sweetest thing in the world. I had to do that myself. We were talking, Coffee and I were talking on the After Dark show the other night, but I said I have a type, but I'm open to whatever God is sending to me, whatever's written for me to have, I'm open to receiving that. And I think a lot of us sometimes like, I got to have this. And if it ain't that, I don't want it. And then all these good things that pass us by. And then we wake up and 55 years old by ourselves. It's like, oh, well, bitch, I'm sitting here by myself. Well, he don't look so bad now. And he off with her living a happy life that could have been your life.
Right. So have you ever just out and about and you see her over there? You be like, she got a man. Yes, I know I got a lot to offer, motherfucker. And I'm sitting over here lonely than a motherfucker.
I have. Let me raise my hand. Yes, I have. Now hold the hell on. How she got a man?
Right. I'm like, bitch, now this bitch is handicapped. This motherfucker pushing her. And here I am with two good legs.
I'll be like, nah, that bitch breath stink. I know her. I talk to her. How she got a man?
Bitch, what did she say that he missed that breath and pulled his fine ass.
Right. I have been there. Trust me. But hey, when it's right, it's right. So, you were right. That's not what you have to do. You have to stop putting restrictions on what God is trying to give you. You can't put restrictions on it. Okay, so we're getting to the end here. I've realized we've been talking for a long time. So, what at the end of the day, what will be the legacy of Paralyn pageantry?
Oh, the legacy I want to be. I want to. Of course, I want it to be a long legacy. I want it to be a long, great legacy. Um, After I'm gone, I want people to still say, y'all should have known LJ. I want to be, and I try to be a total package. Like I say, everything rolled up into one. A fair system, honest. Uh, just when somebody says, it's no questions, hands about it. If you have a craft, in entertaining, I want them to say that's the system to do.
Oh wow!
That's the stuff. I don't want to be like, oh, let me think about it. I don't want it to be where it's the date of the pageant, the day before the pageant, and people are like, I'm calling around, come do my pageant, come do my pageant. I'm not doing all that. I'm going to put together a system where it speaks for itself. 20, 30 years later, I don't want all that foolishness. Of course, it's gonna be, everything ain't nothing gonna be perfect. It's just, ain't nothing just straight out perfect.
No,
but
not
at the end of the day, I don't want it to be no doubt or no question of, do I want to do that system or should I do this system? You're stupid. Ain't no way. It's no question. I want that to be the conversation. It's nothing to think about, mama.
So I have one question that just popped in my head. I was about to end the interview, but then this question just popped in my head. So how do you think pageantry needs to evolve? It's like, because having it be the way that it has been for all the years from the past to now, times have changed and things are different now. What is going to be new with this system? Are you creating new categories? Are you creating, what's new? What's going to be different?
Exactly.
What is the evolution here?
We have to start thinking outside of the box.
Exactly. Yeah.
We have to, because that's just like now you walk in my house and I got a rotary phone sitting up there. Come on, you see somebody walking down the street and they got a flip phone. But I know darn well you ain't got no flip phone still. So what the promoters and the owner of these systems have to start doing, we have to adopt the change. The same way we adapted to change, we're going to Zoom and going to live shows. We have to do that and create something to make people want to do our system. That was one of the main things me and Levi was discussing when we was talking about, creating a new system is we want different categories. Why we want the same categories that the next system have?
I love that. Here's the thing. That's exciting. That is exciting. And I think y'all are on the right track because pageantry has to evolve. And it sounds like y'all are on the precipice of an evolution. And I love that. I'm very excited. So when are you going to be announcing this pageant?
We're going to try to probably announce it probably in June.
Okay.
And because we want to promote. We want to promote for a year.
Of course.
We want to at least promote for a year, and leading up to the pageant, because we want to have it in June or July, probably July. It's a lot of pageants in July, so I think we switched it from July and we try to pick a month that ain't no other systems going on. Doing pageants in. So we do try to take it in consideration because I don't want to, even though it's a competition with the systems, I don't want you to have to choose to come to a new system that you really don't know about versus Continental been having their system on this
Labor Day weekend. Yeah. Right.
It's no competing with that, to be honest. And you'll get the people that may be tired, that and want just looking for something new or something.
Yeah.
They may come to yours instead of going to Continental. Or like I say, it's they're just looking for change. But to start off, I do want to pick a month that's not so many things going on.
going on.
I don't want to just come out the door, with a new system and have to compete on the same night for a system that have been around.
That's smart. I mean, that's just good business. That's good business.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for this interview. I've had a wonderful time, wonderful conversation with you.
Thank you for having
Is there anything you want to leave us with here? Any scoop or anything you want to leave us that we didn't get a chance to cover?
Well, of course, I will announce tonight that Pearland, Mr. and Miss Pearland regular that I did cancel back in December, I am now going to have it April 25th.
Oh, okay, great. April 25th, y'all heard it here. Mr. and Miss Pearland. April 25th.
Yeah, April 25th.
Are they having the Texas this year? Do you think
yes, they are having Texas. They're having all of Texas. All of Texas state pageants will be held this year. They've already been posted. Craig have posted all of them, all the dates and stuff.
Where's it going to be at this year?
Which one? Mine or Texas?
Texas. Where's Texas going to be?
Texas is going to be at Neon Boots.
Oh, cool. All right. Mm-hmm. And yours is going to be?
At Viviana's.
April 25th at Viviana's, Mr. and Miss Pearland.
Yes.
So get in touch with LJ. Oh, I forgot the last question. This will be the last question. Why? I think I already know, but why do they call you the boss?
Because that's the name I came up with. Because I carry myself from as long as I can remember to take charge. And to take charge, you have it's the boss, and so that's the name I gave myself. And because everybody have something what they want. Everybody eventually, it may take a while, but eventually everybody will start calling you, hey, such and such, such. So I've named myself the boss because when everybody mentioned when I want to be known for taking charge and getting stuff done. When they say LJ, and I say the boss, you can't be the boss if you can't make nothing happen.
Well, you definitely live up to it. So I just thought that's what everybody called you. I didn't know that you had started. I didn't know you started it.
Right. That's the name I named myself. So if I was an entertainer, that would have been my drag name, the boss.
Come on, the boss.
Yes. That'd be
Have you ever wanted to be an entertainer?
I'm sorry.
Have you ever wanted to be in shows and be an entertainer?
I did. I probably should have started when we first came on, but
I didn't think of it.
Right. I did drag. Well, it was for Halloween. I may post a picture.
I wish I would have known. We could have posted it right now. What does it look like? What was your name?
Erica Love is my name, and I dropped it a while back. Erica. I say. I may bring Erica out tonight, but a lot of people don't know her. So a lot of people don't even know that because I think there's another Erica that's out, and or something like that. And so I think they would think I was talking about her because a lot of people liked it and this, that, and the other. They liked the comment when I had posted on Facebook.
Oh, because Shanice Love was your mom, so you were Erica Love.
Correct.
Okay, I get it. Okay, I'm Erica Love.
Right, I did it for Halloween. It was only, I did it. I won first time in drag at Rascals. I was the last winner at Rascals.
Oh wow, Erica! What song did you do?
Well, it was just a walkout. It was a
just walkout. Oh, okay.
Right, and I also won with Cookie LaCook for the last time at Incognito when they had it before Incognito on Live Oak closed. I beat. It was me, flawless, and yes, I give it to Miss Classic. Yes, I give it to Miss Classic. When she had it in the bag till I walked out. I love you, bro.
You're gonna get a call. You're gonna get a call now.
I know, but it's the truth. And and in her words, you cannot get mad at the truth.
Well, no, you can't get mad at the truth now. The truth ain't no read. It's just the truth.
Right.
Well, thank you, sir. And I'm very excited and very proud of you, everything that you have done and everything that you are doing. And good luck to you and Levi with this new system. I can't wait to hear all about it. And definitely, when you're ready to announce it, please come back on the show and we'll have you guys make an announcement together if you want to.
Yes, that would be great. That was my next thing I was going to ask you, if they have both of us back.
Almost definitely.
Probably, like I said, probably around, and then I will have our ministers. I may not supposed to tell everybody all of the scoop, but we do have appointed king and queen already as well.
Oh, I
So
can't wait. Oh, yes, come back and we want all the announcements. Yes. And if you want to bring them, we can, all four of y'all can come.
okay, great. That would
That
be
would be
great.
exciting.
Yes,
All
I
right. Well,
can't
you can
wait.
get back to me. Well, thank you, LJ. You're definitely one of the 25 to follow. That's what I'm calling this interview portion of the show. I try to pick people that I want people to follow and see what they're doing, because I think they're doing wonderful work in their chosen field. And obviously, you're definitely one of the 25 to follow, my friend. Keep up the good work, and
Thank you.
I will see you very soon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, my love. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, you guys, and there you have it. That was LJ Zealous, also known as AKA The Boss, with Pearland Pageantry. I have had a wonderful, I can't believe it's been 2 hours. It just went by so fast. I have really enjoyed that conversation, and we learned a lot of things too. Sure did. So we're going to take this time right now to thank a few more people. We want to thank Bella Miore, as they also going to be sponsors of the show. It's a luxury ladies apparel line. They haven't sent me any promotional items yet, so as soon as I get those, I'll be able to show them to you. But it's an online ladies luxury apparel, and they're going to be sponsoring the show as well. But we also wanted to thank Love the One You're With. They are our promoters. Something about LJ. They are our sponsors, and we couldn't do this show without them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love the One You're With. As a matter of fact, our special guest next Sunday night, Valentine's weekend, will be none other than Mr. Charles Jackson, the owner and CEO of Love the One You're With. And we're going to be talking to him about love and all things love and all the wonderful things that he's experienced as a wedding officiant. And he's also, like I said, he's the promoter on my mind. He's a sponsor of our show. Love the One You're With, sponsoring our StreamYard here. And we also want to thank Sweets by Elise. Yes, and if you are looking to get some sweets for your sweet, please get in touch with Brittany Elise. The contact info will be up on it's on our YouTube page. Also, we want to thank. I'm drawing a blank here. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, Discovery Green. Make sure you check out their Valentine event. Discovery Green, it's going to be on Valentine's Day, if I'm not mistaken. Again, their ad will also be on our page as well. I'm going to once again show you our promotion. Promotion is really in my head. I'm going to show y'all once again our tribute to Monica Roberts for our Black History Month moment. Having a brain fart. For our Black History moment, we wanted to pay honor and tribute to Monica Roberts. So check this out one more time before we go. All righty, and we love you, Monica. We miss you every day. We truly lost a warrior woman in you. And there's also this last segment that I like to do. It's called In Case You Missed It. Last week, I showed you the clip of Tamisha Iman and Candy Muse at the RuPaul's Drag Race. That was the clip of the week that I kept seeing all over Facebook. This week, I saw a clip and I'm like, oh, this is the perfect timing for this. And it is the most adorable thing. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget to join us at 7 o'clock, starting every week from going forward from tonight, 7 o'clock, right here on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. And right now, before I go, in case you missed it.
Okay? Yeah. You hug.
Need hug.